Morning. Let's explore the second reading from the teachings of the Buddha. This is Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. Welcome to Meditate Like a Jedi. This is the Lama you are looking for. This morning, we could chant and meditate and enjoy a lesson or two. But first, if you love Star Wars and you wish to meditate as transformatively as Ahsoka Tano on Lothal, be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell. If at any point during this morning's live stream you have a question about meditation or philosophy or even chanting, there is no need to be bashful. Simply type your question in the chat window on the right-hand side of the screen. This passage comes from the Gil Fronsdal's translation of the Anguttara Nikaya, adapted by yours truly. Luminous is this mind brightly shining, but it is colored by the attachments that visit it. This unlearned people do not really understand and do not cultivate the mind. Luminous is the mind brightly shining, and it is free of the attachments that visit it. This the noble follower of the way really understands, so for them there is cultivation of the mind. What I'd like to do right now is, before I answer a question from social media, I'm going to take a moment for housekeeping. Every day I live stream 4 meditation classes, health permitting. With your assistance, this channel could help to support the next generation of nuns, monks, yogis, lamas, and even brick-and-mortar meditation centers, each replete with a resident teacher and their apprentice. If this speaks to you, and it sounds like a good idea, you could help out even for as little as the cost of 1 cup of coffee a month. Simply use your smartphone's camera to capture this QR code, or simply click one of the donation links in the description area below the video. Vincent Fox on Reddit has a question about samatha. When practicing calm abiding, is it better on the same ground awareness in the body or the mind? So my answer to this is going to be as controversial as it may be dissatisfying. For those of us who practice, for those of us who practice Buddhist Tantra, there are 2 main schools, one superficial and one substantial. The superficial difference is one merely of labels. There's the school of Mahamudra and the school of Dzogchen, and they're pretty much the same. In fact, Mahamudra is a type of meditation that is supposed to be taught in the Mahayana sect, as well as the Vajrayana sect. It is also known as jhana, or chan, or zen. Now, that was the superficial, trivial difference. Now, there is a more significant difference, a quick path and a gradual path. The quick path is shared by both Dzogchen and Mahamudra, and even the Buddha taught that full enlightenment could be accomplished in as little as 7 days. Then there is a gradual path that talks about decades or lifetimes or millennia, not millennia, but aeons. So the whole idea of mastering concentration comes from the gradual school. Now, the gradual school is great if you want to fleece your flock and keep people coming back to your classes for the rest of their life. But if you're truly wise and truly loving and really want to help people become Buddhas, if you can look around and at the resurgence of fascism and sexism and racism and classism, and say, yeah, humanity needs to wake up, then you'll teach, no less practice and master the quick path. Now, there are some people who say, oh, the gradual path is a stepping stone to the quick path. But it's not. The concentration endorsed by the gradual path will get you stuck in the part of the brain that is antithetical to the part of the brain that is capable of practicing the quick path. They're different parts of the brain. The best the gradual path can do is create an analog of the quick path. Have you ever worked with a Xerox machine, a copy machine, and made a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy and then compared it to the original? The copy of a copy of a copy of a copy is faded and it's blurry and it's nothing like the original. That is the gradual path. Do not practice the gradual path. Do not practice concentration. For it is for concentration is a manifestation of our rigid mind, our controlling mind. That mind won't make us enlightened. The only mind that can make us enlightenment is the flexible mind, the laid-back mind. And now let's chant, contemplate, and meditate. We turn now to the latest iteration of Diamond Mind's Easy Tantra. Excuse me. Let us begin with the preliminary practices known as the inner Ngondro. Let us cultivate empathy and enthusiasm by chanting the recitations of bodhicitta and refuge. But what has that to do with the quick path? We already have structures of the brain devoted to empathy and enthusiasm. We are just getting more comfortable with them. Together, let's chant. May I liberate all beings from the tyranny of hating, craving, and clinging, by relying on the Buddha's example, instructions, and students. May I liberate all beings from the tyranny of hating, craving, and clinging, by relying on the Buddha's example, instructions, and students. May I liberate all beings from the tyranny of hate and craving and clinging by relying on the Buddha's example, instructions, and students. Now it's time for a bit of the old mantra meditation. Let's begin by reviewing the meaning of the mantra. Om, I invoke the Benza diamond like strength of Asato, mind well trained to love and letting go. Supplicating with whom may love and letting go be mastered by all. Let us consider this photograph of a statue of two Buddhas sitting in tantric union. In Sanskrit, this could be described as Vajrasattva Karma Mudra. In Tibetan, this exact same statue could be described as Dorje Sempa Yab Yum. And in English, this could be described as Diamond Mind Mother and Father. The iconography of this yadam, or archetype of enlightenment, functions only to organize the 8 figures of speech necessary for deeply transformative mantra contemplation. We're going to begin. Our mantra contemplation is going to focus on love and letting go, which is known by many names, including Maha Yoga. We'll begin with love, for doing so can help us to leapfrog over our competitive tendencies. Let's chant. May all minds of all beings now be as peaceful and wise as our Buddha's mind, symbolized by a one-syllable mantra known as a Siddho Bija mantra. Nothing spooky here, we're just using similes. You know, that man is as fast as the Roadrunner. That lady is as strong as the Hulk. We use similes every day. Now there are 2 keys to really transform mere mantra recitation into actual mantra contemplation. The first one is simple. As you breathe in, silently and mentally recite either one of wisdom's rhetorical questions or one of love's intentions. Don't worry, you don't have to make it up. It's already written for you in the text. And if you want to download the text, it's available for free download using one of the links in the description area below the video. Now the second key is simple. As you chant the mantra, physically relax as best you can. Om benza sato hung, om benza sato hung, om benza sato hung, om benza sato hung. Om benza sato hung, om benza sato hung, om benza sato hung, om benza sato hung. Om benza sato hung, om benza sato hung, om benza sato hung, om benza sato hung. O benza sato hung, o benza sato hung, o benza sato hung, o benza sato hung. May all relationships of all beings now be as joyful and loving as our Buddha's communication symbolized by the 6-syllable mantra. O benza sato hung, o benza sato hung, o benza sato hung, o benza sato hung. O benza sato hung, o benza sato hung, o benza sato hung, o benza sato hung. O benza sato hung, o benza sato hung, o benza sato hung, o benza sato hung. O benza sato hung, o benza sato hung, o benza sato hung, o benza sato hung. blissful bodies of all beings now enjoy the beautiful health depicted in Buddhist art of the blissful body of a Yidam of lore and archetype of enlightenment. Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung. Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung. Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung. Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung. May all circumstances of all beings now be as safe and fortunate as a Buddha's paradise, pure land of Vati of lore. Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung. Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung. Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung. Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung. Let us shift gears now from love to letting go, which could help us to leapfrog over our clinging tendencies. How is it that as we inhale our circumstances could appear quite vivid, yet as we relax into our exhalation they could feel as non-graspable as a cloudless sky or a vati of light? Because try that you might, you just can't grab the sky, or anything real or imagined comprised only of light. Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung. Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung. Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung. Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung. How is it that as we inhale all bodies could feel quite sensual, yet as we relax into our exhalation they could feel as non-graspable as a vast empty void or a yidam of light? Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung. Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung. Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung. Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung, Omenza Satu Hung. How is it that as we inhale, the interpersonal experience of communication could be quite resounding? Yet as we relax into our exhalation, it could feel as non-graspable as a cloudless sky or a mantra of light. Welcome to the live stream. When you have questions about chanting or meditation or philosophy, simply type them in the chat window on your right. Om benza sato hung, om benza sato hung, om benza sato hung, om benza sato hung. Oh, excuse me. Om benza sato hung, om benza sato hung, om benza sato hung, om benza sato hung. Obenza sato hung, obenza sato hung, obenza sato hung, obenza sato hung. Obenza sato hung, obenza sato hung, obenza sato hung, obenza sato hung. And now we come to this morning's final verbal contemplation. How is it that as we inhale, we could perceive our mind's functions quite clearly? Yet as we relax into our exhalation, they could feel as non-graspable as a vast empty void or a bija of light. Obenza sato hung, obenza sato hung, obenza sato hung, obenza sato hung. Obenza sato hung, obenza sato hung, obenza sato hung, obenza sato hung. Obenza sato hung, obenza sato hung, obenza sato hung, obenza sato hung. Obenza sato hung, obenza sato hung, obenza sato hung, obenza sato hung. Having chanted the six-syllable mantra approximately 128 times, we now turn to silent contemplations and meditations. During our inhalation, we could silently and mentally recite wisdom peace. And during our exhalation, we could silently and mentally recite for all minds. This is not an affirmation to believe or an object to visualize. We merely play with these words in harmony with our inhalation, exhalation, and relaxation to guide our intention. By the way, welcome to the live stream. When you have questions about meditation or philosophy, merely type them in the chat window. Let us bring circumstance into the dance of impermanence and interdependence. Let us use the verb melt as a metaphor of impermanence, the contemplation of which could help us to leapfrog over our clinging tendencies. Let's use this inference of absorption as a metaphor of interdependence to help us to leapfrog over our competitive tendencies. We now practice the overlapping Venn diagram between contemplation and meditation, known as bliss and letting go, as well as Anu Yoga. As we breathe in, we mentally recite Seed of Bliss. As we breathe out, we mentally recite Relaxing. Oops. Let us now contemplate the four thoughts that turn the mind to the teachings through a progressive lens. And now let us seal our practice with some chanting. May I, like Diamond Mind, master the Eightfold Path as well as liberate others. May all beings practice of kind communication, conduct, and calmness flow spontaneous and uncontrived. May each being take auspicious rebirth, master the Buddha's path, and then help others do likewise. Throughout these lands, may everywhere upon the earth in general, may the sufferings of disease, famine, and warfare be entirely unknown, so that not even the names occur. May practice of the Dharma merit and prosperity increase, and may there always be good fortune and well-being and abundance. And now we conclude. May everyone be free from stress. May everyone be happy. May no one be separated from the happiness. May everyone have balance from the tyranny of hating, craving, and clinging freed. If you feel I have earned it, type something in the chat window, give this live stream a thumbs up, and share it on social media. In approximately 3.5 hours, I look forward to leading Thursday afternoon's meditation. Until then, may you and yours be happy and healthy. And if you are as geeky as me, this is the way.